Hello, and welcome back to this Trails of Cold Steel Let's Play with me, SLJ RPG. In the last episode, we made our way through the old schoolhouse and finished up some stuff with your boy and girl, Crow and Millennium coming here. If you've been enjoying this, please like and subscribe, and yeah, I'm getting close to that 100 subscriber mark, which is what I really would love. I would love to have a custom URL, but we got some things to do now in the August the 22nd evening section of the game. First is to speak to and get some different character notes. So we need to speak to Abend here in this room, which is obviously quite good. And then we got a request to do for a secret hidden request where we have to go speak to, or rather head into Trista and go to the house near the pawn shop. So I'll see you guys there. So we're here at the house in Trista. Speak to these guys and they're going to say, Kurt's taking his time, I wonder where he went. Getting worried with all that rain. Maybe you should keep an eye out for him. I wonder where Kurt has gone. Hopefully he is at Annie's house. He certainly isn't. Where he is at the... Where are you? He is at the chapel over here, so let's go ahead and make our way over to there. It's been a week or so since I played. Once again, I've just been very, very busy. But we see a sleeping boy. And this is here, so we can see him sleeping. Looks like he's fast asleep. Don't think there's any risk of him catching a cold since it's still warm in here. Reen from class 7. Certainly is. Sister, you're actually the same year as me, aren't you? Rosine from class 5. Kurt's fallen asleep. So that's his name. His parents worried about him, of course. I understand why. End up falling asleep here anyway. We know Orchestra had a performance here tonight. Kurt was so excited that he ended up staying right here to bask in the ambience of it all. All the excitement must have tired him out. So, the performance was today. Kinda wish you could have seen it. Now I get it. Right, he was exhausted. Must have fallen asleep here. Kinda bad waking him up, so we are going to go. What's so funny? Nothing. Just realised how kind you were. But don't worry. Sure to take her home. We're, of course, not going to do it on her own. We are going to give her the offer to carry Kurt on his way home. It's very, very interesting, of course. So where I could leave you, carry a blah blah blah. Really are kind. Trust you to take him. That's the idea. Let's get soak in the rain either. Of course, we are going to be using an umbrella, and she will take the umbrella for us, which is all good. The sleeping boy. As there he is, back into where he was meant to be. Really sleeping soundly, seems at ease. It's all thanks to you two. You look drenched, not too bad. Thank you for letting me use one of the towels. Happy to lend you a spare set of clothes if you want, no need to worry. Well, if you say so. Please take this to warm yourselves up. Get some premium coffee. Sure to enjoy it later. As, you know, these hot nun things is very prevalent. Sharing an umbrella with a cute girl, so we better get going, of course. Just constantly. This might be a bit too much. What would Elisa think, Reen? Thank you for escorting me back. I'll go make us some tea. Sounds good. We'll take the tea. And they've changed back into their uniform. Is something the matter? It's nothing. She looks different when she's not wearing a habit. Of course she does. I should have went on the line, thought I was struck by lightning or something. Sorry about that. Indeed. Really are odd. Certainly is. And he is a player of all sorts. You know, the harem stuff is all real. But what a weird second occupation. Thanks for the tea. We're going to take some royal sables and some luxury tarts. Sleeping boy stuff done. So now we have but one. We have a couple of other things to do. So we've done ourselves the thing. We're going to go feed the cats. We're going to go feed Celine. Celine? Is that her name again? I believe it is. Like I said, I'm rusty. I'm rusty, guys. I believe Celine should be up here on their usual spot. Yes, Celine. We're going to obviously give her the fresh milk we always give her. Maybe she seems more happy. Maybe I'll bring her some more another time. It certainly is a good chance. Now, we got some bonding events to do, or rather to choose from. So what I'm going to do is going to check the link and see who it is that we can kind we've got... I think doing Machias is probably... Machias or Fee. Machias, we got Machias, Fee or Toa. Let's do one with Toa. We haven't actually done one with her yet, so let's make our way over to the library. The library. As I'm not sure if this constitutes as a spoiler, but we'll do it anyway. Actually, no, I should probably do Machias because he's so close to leveling up that it's probably useful to get him, seeing as he's more in my active party at the moment. I'm not sure, I doubt he's going to be with us in the next section because he was with us last time, but let's head to here. Speak to a thing. We're in the middle of a match to determine whether or not the chess club, basically one between the nobles and not. Can't let these ever go to waste. Sit around and see how it sticks out. Victory's there, waiting for us to claim it. Upper class raged on, keeping over his toes. Eventually, time for a decisive battle game. Machias versus a member of the upper class. And of course, we know who it's going to end up being. It's time to settle this. Are you terrified by the impending defeat? How dare you? Patience, Machias, patience. Your opponent should be arriving any minute now. Allow me to intrude. Of course, it is you, Sis Alborea, because of course it has to be. Sis, of course he is. I didn't expect to see you here. Well, no matter. Had a bad feeling? Because of course they are locked in forever, these rivalry. My brother told me it's one of the many skills expected of the imperial nobility. He may not be a member of the chess club, but he's easily one of the best players amongst the upper class students. Kind enough to accept our proposition or to settle things with you once and for all. And you play chess? So, to settle things between us fair and square, your attempts to call your victory will amuse me. Bring it, Alborea. And of course, we get the music for the card game, but there's no point. Uses calmly countered on Machias' powerful, aggressive moves. Damn it. Doesn't look good. Now you see, this is the difference between the lower and the upper classes. Markedly conceded for someone who hasn't get an outsider in for their place. Am I going to lose? Don't give in, Machias. He's goading you, of course. He certainly is just goading. Certainly see what he's doing here. He's just goading you. Sit back and calm down. You're being careless and making lots of risky moves. If you give us and play with you like a Shiona, you can win. Of course you can. Play like I always do. Of course. Hurry up and make your next move. I'll do just that. Let's go. And of course, having drifted off and used attempt to finish him, path would lead him to victory. They show that the path's finally one way, and that should mean checkmate. He did it, he won. One-sided match. This is the only explanation. Do you believe that one can cheat their way to victory in chess? So explain why you can solve your issues out on your own. I've done what I said I would, sort the rest out yourselves. Of course. Don't tell me you lost on purpose. Doesn't sound like the use is to lose on purpose, but what this means, the love of chess will guide us to victory. Indeed it will. He may be right. No one wants you to do that. It's a place where we can all play chess and have fun together. All merged, so there isn't an upper or lowers about it. Make use of that room for something more important. So it's rather greedy that I have one. But there we go, as we spend our bonding event with Machias, reaches us to level 4, which means we get powerful strike and auto charge. It's very nicely done, but I believe that should be all we have to do for today's section. So I think I will see you guys outside the door. So here we are. Let's go ahead and finish up our day. Return to class will end all the stuff. We've done all of that. We're going to enter the dorm, of course, and then see what happens next.
Welcome back, Master Bean.
Hey there, Sharon.
Sharon, of course, someone I don't know if we trust her
I hope the
yet.
sudden shower didn't catch you too unaware. Would you
Certainly
like me
didn't.
to fetch you a dry change of clothes?
Nah, I'll survive. Thanks to your warning this morning, I was able to avoid the worst of the downpour.
How did she
I'm
know?
amazed you were able to tell a storm was coming that far in advance, though.
Chairman Arena takes a lot of business trips. so I'm used to keeping an eye on the weather. Never being caught unawares is just one of a maid's many responsibilities.
I can't really picture any other maids holding themselves to such an unrealistic standard.
I'll let you know when dinner is ready, so just wait in your room until then. I expect the meal will take a little longer to prepare than usual today.
There's more people.
How come?
Well, with 2 new residents in the dormitory, I thought I might make tonight's dinner a little fancier than usual. A welcoming feast of sorts for them.
Of course.
Really? That sounds like a great idea. I'm looking forward to it already. Anything I can help you with for it?
Oh, could you? I'm actually short a few ingredients, so I was just about to step out to buy what I need.
Okay.
I'd be happy to run to the market for you then. It's still coming down out there. Might as well go back out while I'm still damp, right? Don't worry about me. I don't mind.
So,
Well, if you insist, I'd be happy to take you up on your kind offer.
grocery shoppings, of course. So what have we got? A shopping list and
Here's
some
a
mirror.
list of everything I'd like you to buy. That should be exactly enough mirror to cover the expense.
We'll take
All
it.
right. I'll be back soon then.
Take care out there.
So, we're going to go and buy all of said things on the list. And it's become pitch black already.
Looks like the rain must have stopped while I was inside. It's gotten pretty dark out too. I'd better get back to the dorm.
Oh, hello.
Ooh. And of course, we know who this is from the
Oh.
pictures.
You wouldn't happen to be one of the Class 7 students from Thor's, would you? Out for a little late-night shopping, are we?
You could say that. But how did you know I'm from Class 7?
Because of your uniform, you Brit dick.
You're one of the favorite topics at our radio station, actually. There are plenty of people out there who want to know more about Thor's dashing guys and gals in red.
Indeed.
Oh, you work at the radio station?
If you can't tell,
I think I've seen you around town a couple times in the early morning.
Oh, really? By the time morning rolls around, I'm usually so out of it. I hope I didn't look like I was about ready to keel over.
you probably didn't, but that's
no,
fine.
not at all. Hold on.
You know that
Your
voice.
voice sounds so familiar.
You listen to Abend
Oh,
time.
maybe you know me from the radio? Ahem. Good evening, everyone. This summer's turning into a real scorcher, isn't it? To beat the heat, we're going to be broadcasting tonight from a park here in Trista. Ring any bells?
It is
Wait.
Misty, of course.
Huh? You're Misty?
An avid
From
listener.
Abend time?
I'm always a little bit wary of characters that only have one
Bingo.
first name.
You must be quite the avid listener, recognizing my voice so easily.
There's going to be
Glad
something
to know
about
I've got
her,
a faithful fan out there.
of
Wow.
course.
I never figured I'd meet Misty herself, especially like this. I always make sure to catch Abend time. It helps me relax while I'm studying.
Thanks.
Good to know, eh?
But it sure is serendipitous, you know? Having a chance encounter like this, just after the rain's eased up.
It's almost like she planned it.
Ooh, maybe I should mention this on tonight's show.
I'm not sure that I really constitute a noteworthy topic for a radio broadcast. It's kind of weird. I only know her from Abend time, but she seems just as friendly face to face.
Don't trust it, Reen.
Is something the matter? You're staring at me so intently, I feel a little embarrassed.
Well, forgive me if this sounds a little odd, but this isn't actually our first meeting, is it? If I'm not mistaken, we met once before, in a hotel in Heimdall.
There we go. Saw right through her.
Wow, I can't believe it. I never figured anyone would actually catch on.
Interesting. Yeah, they do look similar.
So you really are her, the Azure Diva herself, Vita Clotilde.
Right you are once again. Honestly, even the people I work with at the radio station don't seem to have noticed, so I'm surprised you could tell.
Interesting.
That makes two of us. I almost didn't say anything because it just seemed too implausible. But if you don't mind me asking, how did a star like you end up working at Radio Trista?
It's just a little something I do for fun on the side. Gotta spice life up a bit, right?
Indeed.
The best part is, the people at the Opera House in Heimdall have no idea I come here to do my show every week. So don't go telling anyone, okay? It'll be our secret.
Of course,
Interesting.
I wouldn't dream of it. I'm amazed no one else has figured it out, though. It's not like you use a different voice when you're on the radio.
Well, Well, there's a little trick to it. You're not the only one who was surprised, though.
Someone else found out?
Huh?
I had this feeling I'd seen you before, but I couldn't put my finger on where. But it's you, isn't it?
Interesting. What the fuck does she know?
Anyway, I have to get over to the studio now.
Well, who the fuck does she know? What the
Oh,
fuck?
and be sure to tune in to tonight's Abend time. It'll be a fun one. Promise.
Wouldn't miss it.
Interesting.
And give my regards to those two, would you?
Those two? Who does she know? What the fuck? Questions.
It smells like lavender? The fragrance really suits her.
Weird.
So Vita Clotilde herself has been hosting a radio show in Trista. Even if I told them, I don't think they'd believe me.
Has someone else figured it out, though? Or does someone else know who she is? Oh, of course it's fucking Emma.
Welcome back.
Oh, hey there, Emma. Did you just get back too?
Yeah, I just returned a short while ago. Were you out shopping?
Yeah, Sharon asked me to go out and pick up a few things for dinner. Though I ended up taking a bit longer than I expected.
Wait, do I smell lavender on you?
Does Emma know?
This is perfume, isn't it? How did it get onto you?
Oh, right. I guess I must have soaked up the scent too. She did get pretty close. That's the only thing I can think of.
Who is that? Emma knows.
Reen, I can only hope the reason you ended up taking longer than expected isn't because you were...
Whoa, hold on. You've got the wrong idea, Emma.
Reen moving to
I just
everyone.
happened to bump into someone I know while I was out. That's all. Nothing scandalous. Nothing I'd be ashamed of.
I never said it was. Though you do seem strangely defensive for a man who has nothing to hide.
That is Reen down to a
I
T.
wonder what would happen if Elise and the other girls were to catch wind of this.
I swear, I just ran into someone I know after I left the store. Nothing happened. You just like raking me over the coals.
It's probably part of that, but Emma is very mysterious. There's certainly more to her.
Oh, Master Reen, I see you've returned.
Certainly
were you
have.
able to get everything I asked for?
Certainly were.
Sure did. Let me bring it over.
Is she gonna notice the lavender smell? No.
Lavender. Huh. No, that's impossible.
Interesting. Reen decided to give Sharon a hand with cooking. Dinner was ready, everyone sat down, enjoyed an especially extravagant meal in celebration of growing Milliam's joining of Class 7. Who is... A representative of the Imperial Army has spoken regarding the aftermath of the terrorist attack which took place in Heimdallr recently. The spokesperson confirmed that Princess Alfin, who was placed in the greatest danger on that day, had sustained no serious injuries, and was able to return to school as usual. Who are the Imperial Liberation Front? The recent terrorist attacks placed Princess and Princess Alfin in danger, resulted in the Imperial Governor Regnet sustaining injuries. While it may seem that peace has returned to the streets of Heimdallr, the culprits behind these unspeakable acts, who call themselves the Imperial Liberation Front, have yet to be apprehended. The entire force responsible for their capture, the railway military police, insists they are doing everything in their power to find them. Thanks to those who helped. Chaos might have reigned in Heimdallr on the day of the attack, but it did not stop a number of people from doing their part to bring the situation under control. Each of these courageous souls has received a letter of thanks from the Imperial government. Extra special thanks are due to one young student who took command to restore calm in Drydrix Plaza, a group of civilians who succeeded in rescuing Princess Alfin from harm's way. These people have received particular appreciation for their deeds. The International Trade Conference approaches. At the end of this month, the long-awaited West Zamorian Trade Conference will finally commence in Crossbell. Unsurprisingly, those involved are already hard at work for the conference, which will be based around the international economic matters, may potentially determine the future direction and development of Western Zamoria. When asked to comment, a government representative responded, "An international conference on a continental scale like this has never been attempted before. Naturally, we intend to fulfill our responsibility as a great nation." The representative from the Erebonian Empire expected to be Chancellor Osborne and His Highness Princess Olivert. Culture. The Imperial Chronicle Radio is 1 year old. Do you enjoy listening to Audible Radio podcasts? This reporter certainly does. For those who aren't familiar, Audible Radio allows you to enjoy audio programs anytime, anywhere. with the Imperial Chronicle's affiliated radio station, the Imperial Chronicle Radio, now 1 year old. It seems as good as time as now to sell its benefits to the world, and PR representative was happy to sum up exactly what makes Imperial Radio so special. We may not have been the first radio station to be established, but this station is available in the widest area, conducts the most balanced and impartial broadcast. And then Lake Abend. Today's travelogue, I'll be visiting the beautiful Lake Abend on the side of the Empire. This stunning spot is the ideal destination for those looking to enjoy a tranquil vacation away from the streets of daily life. Furthermore, the historic stronghold of St. Sanderlot, opposite the shore at Longgreen Castle, provides the perfect backdrop to a lake's shore stroll. The area is best reached by travelling south from Brailhard or on the Ebel branch line. I'm guessing that's where we're going to go next.
So, the West Emuria Trade Conference is just over a week away now.
It's very interesting being this within the Crossbell saga already, but there we go.
Building that tall is exactly what you'd expect from an economic powerhouse like Crossbell, too. It's a big world out there.
Certainly is.
Still, we've got Milliam and Crow as classmates now. Would have seen that coming.
Not many people, I think.
Crow opened up to us right from the start. Though I guess that's just Crow for you. And Milliam's become way more attached to us than I thought she would too. They were both able to form combat links with us right from day one.
Interesting.
I had my concerns about how well they'd mesh with the class, but maybe I was worried for nothing after all.
Maybe. But I wouldn't necessarily count your chickens just quite yet. Mr. Sporcher.
Good evening. I'm your host, Misty. It's August 18th and we're winding down a busy day here at 9 p.m. I'm here to give you all the cool you need to beat this summer heat.
Hey, looks like I'm not too late to catch this week's Abend time.
Seems like those hot summer days keep coming with no end in sight, doesn't it? But even this heat can't stop the momentum behind the West Emuria Trade Conference being held in Crossbell later this month. Prince Olivert and Chancellor Osborne will be in attendance for this watershed moment in international business. Personally, I'm more interested in the view from the top of that famous new skyscraper the talks are being held in.
Interesting.
In some news closer to home, you all have probably noticed the summer showers we're getting here in Trista. The rain's let up for now, but it's managed to push that nasty nighttime humidity right off the charts. It's nights like these I wish I could smuggle an ice-cold beer into the studio. And the director is chilling over there, drink in hand, mocking me. But you know what? Forget that guy. Anyway, for all you students out there, your summer vacation's probably wrapping up, so I hope you made the most of it.
Where are we going to go?
I forgot that summer vacation at the military academy has already come and gone. Whoops. Still, it's never too late to do something bold that'll keep your memories of this summer burning bright. And what about you, Miss Misty? You're probably asking yourselves. Well, you might want to sit down for this one. Because fate had a romantic rendezvous in store for yours truly just on the way to the studio today.
Interesting.
A tryst with a young man in a park after sunset. Droplets of rain clinging to the grass. I'll treasure the memory forever.
Interesting.
Or I would, if I hadn't just made it up on the spot. Chalk it up to a dreamer's poetic license, I guess. Still, maybe one day I'll feel the thrilling rush of a summer love. Gotta keep the fire burning.
Is she hitting on Reen?
Wait, is she talking about when I ran into her earlier tonight? She's got quite the playful personality. Though somehow that doesn't come as too much of a surprise.
Interesting.
It's kind of weird thinking that I just met her on the street a couple hours ago.
Anyway, I have to get over to the studio now. Oh, and be sure to tune in to tonight's Abend time. It'll be a fun one. Promise.
Interesting.
Wouldn't miss it.
And give my regards to those two, would you?
She knows two people.
Those two?
We know Emma's one.
I didn't really think about it right then, but who was she talking about?
It's going to be Emma and Celine. It's going to be Emma and Celine. It's got to be Emma and Celine. Very interesting. Ooh. Lunara Nature Park. All the drama happening. As we see G.
Huh. Ah, so you've arrived.
Good to see you, boss.
Oh, you're awfully early.
A thick boy.
Well met, Comrade V. Comrade S.
So S is the girl, V is the man.
I see that you finished all your preparations as well.
Smooth as silk. Although you're the one who'll be taking center stage in our next operation without a doubt.
Who'd have thought you'd volunteer to go pound the pavement in Crossbell?
Interesting.
The Red Constellation are gonna be there. I still think I'm the prime choice for this one.
Is he a former Zephyr guy?
I disagree. As I can no longer rely on the power of the flute, it makes the most sense for me to go. Especially when you consider the very real possibility that we may have to accept a necessary sacrifice for the greater good. That is the best way for us to achieve what we desire.
Of course, are they referring to the assault on the Imperial
You're
on the
serious?
tower?
Ugh. You really are too morose for your own good.
I could say the same of both of you. Why else would you have willingly plunged yourselves into a struggle like this to begin with?
Interesting.
I suppose you're right.
You got us there.
I see you've all gathered.
And then, of course, we have the man behind the
Comrade C.
the mask, as it were.
Fashionably late, but worth the wait.
That makes it a full house.
I appreciate your gathering, comrades. The wheels have been set in motion. There is no place for hesitation, no time for looking back. We seek only results.
And where are we seeking the results?
I couldn't agree more.
No objections here either.
It goes without saying.
That said, I will ask you but once. Comrade G, are you certain this is the path you would walk?
My heart itself beats with the ideals of the Liberation Front.
Interesting.
If my life should see its end in Crossbell, so be it. That tyrant must be stopped from creating the vile dystopia he seeks. Dear though the cost may be. If through our efforts we or anyone anywhere succeeds in that aim, we will have our victory.
Are they talking about Osborne? Probably.
May the goddess, or perhaps powers less fair, attend you. When this is over and our victory won, let us toast our success together in the Imperial capital.
Indeed.
Interesting. So we know that there's obviously the attack on the Imperial... on Crossbell's
Farewell.
tower.
My comrades.
Does Gideon die? I might have to Google it.
He doesn't know how to express how he feels, but I understand.
Losing your place in the world for doing what's right. And throwing yourself into the eye of the storm. It ain't something I could do.
It's doing a pretty big job.
Different paths brought each of us here, but the road we travel now is the same.
Here we go.
Let us depart, Comrade S, Comrade V. We each have our own part to play in what is to come.
So I'm guessing we're going to come up
Of
against
course.
those guys
Just leave it to us.
at some point over this chapter. So there goes the ship. Interesting. So we move to the 25th, which is practical exam day, but I'm going to say, if you've enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time, where we do our practical exam. Peace.